oceany questions?
Why isn't that ocean just ocean? It's land and ocean.
That's another great question.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't always the case. There was a time when our Earth was just land.
Do you remember it?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
No, you
good
clearly
answer.
don't remember it.
It's a very long time ago. Maybe Eugene might remember
Pre-Eugene.
it. Pre-Eugene, so very, very long time ago. So when the Earth was first made, it was really hot and it was all pretty much lava. A big ball of lava in space.
Yeah.
And there just was no water yet. And the lava cooled and we got land, right? And still no ocean yet. And water, so the water for our oceans, right? We think, actually, we're not quite sure where it came from. We actually think it might have come to us from space.
Cool.
Now, does it rain down? Does water rain down from space?
Cloud, not space.
Yeah, clouds.
Exactly.
Good, exactly, clouds. So do you think, so there are these big, giant ice cubes floating around in space. That's weird, right? We don't call them ice cubes.
We should.
Yeah, that would be
We
way
should
more
call them
cooler.
ice cubes.
They're called comets. Have you heard of comets?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have asteroids, which are mostly rock, and then you have comets, which are a mixture of rock and a lot of ice. So scientists think that actually these comets hit our Earth at the start, when the Earth was just made, and that ice, what would happen to the ice when it hit the Earth?
It melts.
Yeah, it melts, and that melted comet ice turned into our oceans.
Notice the Earth is not perfectly smooth.
Yeah.
So you know you get hills.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a hill?
Yes.
Good, good.
There's not
Have you
many
ever
of those around here.
I know, I was looking out the window.
Yeah.
You ever seen where the Earth goes low and a valley? Well, let's take your bath. Have you ever seen a bath?
Yes.
Right, so imagine the bath is planet Earth. And we're going to fill that bath with water. Now, at the point where you're going to get in the bath, there's bits of the bath that are still above the water, around the sides.
Yeah.
So that's like our land. And then there's other bits of the bath that are underwater, and that's like the bottom of the ocean. So the bits of land that are high enough are land. And the bits that aren't high enough get covered in the water. So the ocean isn't one depth. Do you know the deepest place in our ocean?
Yeah.
Do you? What is it?
Mariana Trench.
Oh my
Good
goodness.
job.
Well done.
I can get on for that. Mariana's Trench. Yeah.
So that is super, super deep. It's like 11 kilometers, so you know the Burj Khalifa, don't you?
Yeah.
So
you could fit about more
you
than
could fit
11.
about 15, let's say. That might be wrong, but let's say 14, 15 Burj Khalifas, end on end, underwater before you got to the bottom. So that's crazy deep. Now, if you go out there and you just step into the ocean, it might be that deep. And as you walk up the hill, you'll come out of the ocean and you'll be on the beach. So all the higher bits of land are the bits that we live on, and all the lower bits are the bits that get covered. So that's why you get some land, thankfully, and some ocean.
Yeah.
If all the land was lower, where would we live? Well, you'd be all right because you're a clownfish.
But if like the ice in Antarctica, right, and the North Pole and the Arctic melt, now do you think we have more water on our planet, more liquid water, or less? If all the ice on planet Earth melts,
More.
okay. So we have more water. Actually, not the Arctic, just the Antarctic. I just realized that. Yeah. So so now we have more water. Now, do you think the lowest bits, like around the beaches, do you think that would still? You think you still have a beach where we do now?
Yes. Yeah.
But would it be above the water or below the water?
Above.
It'll actually be below because now we have more water, so the seas will rise, and all these lower bits will be underwater and disappear under the sea, which won't be great. And then we'd have to move to higher higher parts. Yeah, there are actually some countries, some parts of our world that are actually very, very low lying. So the Netherlands in Europe. Would you know?
Holland.
Holland.
You heard of Holland?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's actually a very low country. So to get the land, they had to push all the water out and build walls to keep the water away, right? Just to have the land where they live on right now. But if now the waters rise,
Doesn't sound safe.
Yeah, it does not. I don't know why. There's loads of land around there as well. So yeah. So this could change. The amount of land you see out on the globe right now would change if the water levels changed.
Makes sense?
Yeah.